Today, I'm recreating the best goals from football history that never happened.
Starting off with a goal that would have been one of the best of all time, if it counts.
In 2010, in a match against Spain, Ronaldo beat Piqué in a 1v1 before ball rolling and flicking the ball up and over Iker Casillas. However, at the back post, Nani headed the ball over the line from an offside position. Because of this, one of the best goals in history was disallowed.
Now this goal is not going to be easy, because firstly I need to chip a goalkeeper who is 6'3", and I also need to do a ball roll and a Ronaldo chop first. So I'm incorporating 3 different facets to this goal that all need to go perfectly for me to recreate it. Let's do it.
Straight away, I was managing to do the skills easily, but the shot afterwards was where I had difficulties.
I'm getting the skills right, but the chip is not coming off anywhere near like it needs to.
Unlike most I recreate on the channel, this goal has 3 different facets of play that go into it.
Attempt number 4.
First, the chop, then the ball roll, and finally, a perfect chip.
For the first time, I actually chipped the ball how I was hoping for, but I just missed the target. I just need to recalibrate and get it on my next attempt.
Having perfected the skill moves on most of my attempts, I knew it was only a matter of time until I nailed the chip shot.
There we go. Cristiano Ronaldo against Spain has been completed. And this one, Nani didn't try and steal off the line. Come on.
That Ronaldo goal was absolutely perfect, but there are still plenty more of the best nearly goals to recreate.
The next goal I'm recreating is one that should be impossible if you listen to physics.
In a 2013 League One match against Nice, Thiago Silva found himself in the attacking box, where he jumped over the goalkeeper before hitting the ball with the outside of his foot and scoring from an impossible angle. But the referee said the ball had gone out of play, so unfortunately, the goal didn't count.
I don't think I've ever had to recreate a goal that was outside the field of play. This is going to get a little bit crazy, but let's get into it anyway. Attempt number 1 of this insane Thiago Silva disallowed goal.
A goal as unique as this one was never going to be easy to recreate, but on my first attempt, I did this.
That was insane. Nearly on my first attempt. I got the jump perfect, I kicked it just as the ball went out of play, but the post has got in my way. Oh my word. But that felt good. Let's get it on attempt number 2.
Having come so close on my first attempt, I knew the formula to recreate this goal. I just needed to get the ball past the front post with enough curl to find the back of the net.
That one wasn't so good.
But that was easier said than done, as on my next few attempts, I didn't come close.
It is so hard to score from outside the field of play, especially after just jumping over a goalkeeper. This is ridiculous.
Once again, I hit the post, but surely now my luck would change.
Again! This post is really starting to irritate me. I scored, but I don't think that's a close enough recreation for me to accept it.
Finally, I found the back of the net, but once again, the ball hit the post on the way through, meaning this is not a perfect recreation, and I have to keep going. Just when things couldn't get any worse, once again, my old friend.
Oh my God, that post is going to be in my nightmares. How many times do I want to hit it?
I just need to keep going, and I can recreate this goal.
There we go. It took longer than I was hoping for, but we have recreated Thiago Silva's impossible goal from outside the pitch.
That goal was absolutely insane, but the difficulty from now on only gets harder, and recreating some of these remaining shots might even be impossible.
This is one of my favourite goals in history that never was.
In 2014 against Arsenal, Luis Suarez received a pass from a corner. He then took a first touch before smashing a volley towards the top left corner. But unfortunately, he hit the post, and one of the best goals in the history of the Premier League was taken away from us.
I can right the wrongs of the past and make this ball find the back of the net instead of the post. That might be famous last words, but let's get into it. Attempt number 1 of Luis Suarez's volley against Arsenal. Comes in, touch, volley. Tell you what, I hit that quite nicely. Okay, this might actually be possible.
By far the hardest goal so far. First, I need to take the perfect touch. Secondly, I need to hit the perfect volley. And even then, I need to get lucky enough that a shot from 30 yards out finds the top corner.
Maybe that first attempt gave me false hope.
As the attempts went on, my shots were improving. And soon enough, I scored my first goal.
Oh, there we go. What a hit that is.
Which for a second, I thought may have been the recreation, but it hit a little bit too low and central in the goal for it to be a true Luis Suarez classic. The next attempt was shocking. Followed up by a decent goal.
Lovely strike.
But then I did this.
What a goal that is. It's an amazing goal. It isn't a recreation of what it needed to be. We're trying to avoid the post here. It's hit the crossbar. It's an incredible goal, but it doesn't count. And we need to move on.
An unbelievable goal that any other day I would be happy with. But on this occasion, it wasn't quite far enough in the top corner and it hit the crossbar, which is not what we're looking for. So my quest for the perfect recreation continued. My feeling was I was getting close, but with a volley from 30 yards, things can easily get worse before they get better.
Well, I've hit better.
By this point, the number of attempts were racking up, and even though I was hitting the ball nicely,
man, they all feel so nice, I can't lie.
I wasn't coming anywhere close to the top corner.
Wow! Can we just... Goalkeepers don't get enough respect on YouTube. That's an amazing save. Show Seth some respect in the comments.
And if I wanted to complete this goal, it had to be soon. Luckily for me, the wait wasn't long.
Oh my God, what? No. What a goal that is. That is one of the best goals I have ever scored on this channel. What a goal.
The perfect shot that Suarez himself would be proud of.
This next goal would have been one of the best in the history of the World Cup, if it went in.
In the 2014 World Cup, in a match against England, Andrea Pirlo had a free kick on the edge of the box. Now normally, from this position, you would shoot with curl into the top left corner. But Pirlo shocked us all when he hit a crazy knuckleball that left Joe Hart unable to move. But the ball smashed into the crossbar, and one of the great World Cup goals was lost.
Once again, this is one of my favourite misses in the history of football, but it didn't go in. So my job, again, is to fix that.
Unlike a regular whippage technique, Pirlo went for a knuckleball, which makes this goal extremely hard to recreate.
This goal is not going to be easy, because hitting a knuckleball is hard enough to aim usually, but when you're trying to hit a perfect recreation, hitting a knuckleball exactly where it needs to go often is harder than it looks.
But I guess the reason it's so difficult is also the reason it is so iconic.
That one, for the first time, properly sent Seth the wrong way with a bit of knuckleball movement. It just dropped a little bit too low in the goal to be accepted, but it's an encouraging sign.
Not enough height for a recreation, but enough to give me confidence that this goal is possible. However, on my fourth attempt, this happened.
Oh my word! What a goal! You know what? That is actually quite accurate to where Pirlo hit the crossbar. But on this channel, we only take absolute worldies. So I'm not going to accept that, because if Pirlo had have scored, it would have been in the top bins.
The knuckleball technique I had down pat. But the recreation itself still eluded me.
That is so nice.
For the first time this video, the attempts were really starting to rise.
I love the returns you give me.
And the unfortunate thought of failing to recreate it was becoming a reality.
Well, if I was recreating the miss itself, that was perfect. The first time today, I'm worried. I'm worried this goal is going to be too difficult for me to recreate. But I have no option but to continue until I physically cannot do this.
You could genuinely argue that this is the perfect recreation, but my own ego wants to put this ball slightly more towards the top corner, as Andrea Pirlo's was clearly heading that way. But finally, I was starting to find my range, and soon enough, the recreation came with it.
There we go. Andrea Pirlo against England has been completed, and that is how it should have happened. Come on!
In the 2021 Champions League quarterfinals, PSG were facing Bayern Munich. Neymar received the ball on the edge of the box. He then dribbled past Kingsley Coman before hitting a finesse shot towards the top right corner. But sadly, he hit the crossbar, and one of the best goals from Neymar's career was not to be. So 5 years later, it's up to me to rewrite history and score a goal that was so impossible that not even Neymar Jr. could do it himself.
Once again, this shot is made even harder by needing to incorporate the skill move before the shot itself. So I need to do a Ronaldo chop, set myself, then curl it into the top corner, and do it all perfectly. Let's get into it. Attempt number 1.
Once again, another goal that incorporates a skill move before the shot itself.
Oh!
But on my first attempt, I nearly perfected both of them.
That was not a bad first attempt.
But that may have given me false hope, as the attempts that followed got worse and worse.
This is really difficult. It's hard to get all the movements perfect so that I'm set up well enough to hit a good finesse shot into the far post. At the moment, my balance is all off, and it's making the shot really difficult.
And on the rare occasion I did it well, Seth was still in goals to get in my way.
Oh, what a save! Chop, set. No! This is really difficult, and so far, I'm not even getting close.
Eventually, there were good signs. A perfect Ronaldo chop followed up by a decent shot. Even though it cleared the crossbar, it gave me hope.
That was better. For the first time in a long time, that's some encouraging signs to give me a little bit of confidence that maybe I can do this.
Even though I kept missing multiple attempts, I was feeling better.
I've recreated every goal so far. This is my final hurdle, and I won't stop until this ball finds that top corner. Come on.
And eventually, my perseverance paid off.
Yeah! There we go! Oh, that took it out of me. But finally, we got it done. Neymar Jr. against Bayern Munich is complete.